All right, this is my daily update for my build and public log. What am I doing right now? I'm trying to, so I need to know, I need more visibility into like what people are doing, what's happening. A few people did sign up for AgentsCode, my AI agent API service, but I need a lot more data I could just like glance at and know like, oh, somebody created an API key, somebody like ran an agent, what agents ran. I just need some I need a dashboard I could just glance at and see like, oh look, a number is going up. I tried, so I experimented with using a product called Postog. Postog looks really good, but damn, it's really complicated, and I really feel like it's overkill for what I'm doing. Postog is more for like big projects, big products, like a tool that companies pay money for. They have big teams or teams. I'm just one solo entrepreneur. That's all way too much. I just think that's overkill. So I started working on a dashboard. It's going to be slash open, and it's going to be because I thought, well, because I build in public, you should be able to go to slash open and see the dashboard yourself. I have an API endpoint. I have data like coming to the front end, but now I need to finish building out that page. I've been way too busy to do too much work, just a little bit of work here and there this week. I had to get this UK immigration stuff done, which I'm going to talk about. It's actually kind of interesting. What was my horrific task? We need like overwhelming evidence to prove that me and my partner, my girlfriend, we're like really in a relationship, and we have been for years. Uh, so that we need to show our chat log for the last like 3 years. So we exported our chat from WhatsApp because that's primarily how we chat. And it was one over 100,000 lines. And we were like, what the fuck? And that was like no images, no audio files or anything. Oh, so we're like, how do we? That's a book. That's like literally a thick, decent sized book to go through. We're there's no way in hell we're just going to send the entire thing because we're in a relationship. We talk about private, sensitive things that we don't want government officials to know about. That's just insane. It's pretty wild to me that we have to send them anything. It's either that or we're like manually go through every month. So there's 12 months times about 3 years and go select conversations. But then there's all these other key pieces of the conversation we would need to send. We're just like, yeah, fuck that. So my task was to go through and redact sensitive private things. Of course, I built that kind of agent thing. I actually think I should build a real actual agent, but it would be really, really hard to do because it was a lot of manual work. So what I did, and this is very interesting to me. So I started this like a week or two ago. I broke up the entire thing into chunks of about 100 or so lines. So like 1,000 chunks. Okay, so 100,000, about 1,000 chunks. I then added like line numbers just so the LLM, it's like the LLMs do better when it's like line one, line two, line three. I then built the prompt. I looped through all the files, sent every chunk to an LLM, and said like, hey, this is what it's for, redact this, that. The interesting part is I originally did this with like O3, with ChatGPT O3 mini and it sucked. I was like, man, this is gonna take a while to figure out. I was like, this sucks. The prompt is not working. This is like really crap. And then ChatGPT 4.1, 4. Oh 04 mini high, blah blah blah, all that dropped. So I immediately switched to 4.1, which is only available in the API. This is not available in the chat, or at least it wasn't as of like yesterday. And like magic, what is 4.1? 4.1 is the massive, massive model. They spent a really long time training 4.5, but distilled down to be like not as big, expensive, heavy, to run more efficiently. It was like magic. It just worked. It just worked. This is exactly what I'm talking about all the time. I try to build my agents where it's a little like, yeah, it's good enough. But as the models get better, the agents just should get better. And that's exactly what happened here. And I was like, God damn, it is so much better now, the 4.1. So I whipped through it. It was hell. It took like 10 hours each person going through this thing. Even like saying redacted because I don't know. We had to do like a lot of work. We had to like manually go through like 10% of it, make sure the AI was really, the agent was really redacting what we want. We had to like go through and be like, okay, we don't want to redact too much. It looks like a little weird and suspicious. Let's like keep some stuff in because it was overly cautious. So we like went through and said like, keep this, keep this, keep this. I did this and then I did it twice. So I changed the prompt a little bit and I refed it all those chunks with redacted lines, and then found a bit more stuff. So that was interesting. I had to go through it twice, but oh my god, it was so. I've that's what I've been working on the last several days. Didn't get too much done for the business because I had to get that done. I think I should have used the Google Gemini, the new Flash one that's like super super cheap. I should have tried that. That was going to be what I was going to do next if it wasn't working very well, but it works so well with 4.1. Yeah, and then I'm playing around with tools to move faster code wise. There's some interesting tools that are kind of an agent built on top of Cursor. I want to do a video on that soon. That's very interesting. But first, I need to play around with that much more. Very interesting stuff. That's it for today. Let's see if there's any questions or comments. No questions or comments today, unfortunately. I'll get there. I will get there. Uh, Especially I think when I have more agents and this thing becomes more useful, I think I'll have a lot more interesting things to show off in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. On to my random story for today. One of the biggest um, rodeos in the western half, especially in the western half of the United States, is happening today across the street from where I'm staying. It's a real fucking shit show. This is a big rodeo, a packed stadium, many days. And I never went to the rodeo because I'm just not like a cowboy. I'm not into that kind of thing. It's not my jam. I don't really care. But finally, my partner came to California and came here to visit, and was like, I want to go to a rodeo. That's like the most American thing ever. Well, I want to go do that. We'll go to the rodeo. Please take me. Okay, I went to, uh, okay, we'll take you to the rodeo. But I don't like the rodeo because it's just not my thing. I'm a tech guy. So we go and, she has a little cowboy hat on and I'm just dressed how I normally dress. And it was okay. Like, it was it's exciting, like when they ride the bulls. I think that's okay. That's interesting. They're like, oh wow, look at because we went on the bull riding night. There's many different events, and uh, yeah, it's entertaining, to see them ride the bulls. That part's okay. I won't lie. But for me, because I'm a tech nerd, this was a couple years ago. This was the first time I saw up close a drone show. And that's what I was excited about. I was like, forget the rodeo and the bulls, the drone show. I've never seen one, especially so close, um, in in real life, like up close like this. I've seen a lot of videos of them, but that's the first place I saw a good, really good drone show. And I was like mesmerized by the drones. I thought that was the coolest thing. They set it up right, literally right in front of this house where I'm staying right now. And this year I saw them practicing and I got to see them like across the street, right out the window. I could literally look out the window right here and see them. I got to see them practice and they're setting it up and very interesting. That's what I'm much more into that than the stupid radio and the bulls and all that and the cowboys or whatever. I mean, it really makes you think, especially with like the Ukraine war and stuff. That's really the future. Like, them dancing around with lights and, synchronized to music is like that. that is the future. Like war, like you go to the front line of the Ukraine Russian war. It's all drones, and it's like I can picture a swarm like that, like swarming on soldiers. Like that's crazy shit. So that was interesting to see, like just how good, uh, how well it works. If this is like a commercial company here that does this for show, imagine what's going to be possible for like war with like really militarized little drones. It's pretty wild stuff. It kind of makes me wonder why we don't have a weapons program that's like we need 1 billion of these things pumped out. You know what I mean? But it was interesting to see like how many people they need to do it. It's a fair amount thing. I wonder how much we could progress that technology to be, uh like there's two operators and then there's a swarm of tens of thousands. But really fascinating stuff. In the one night we watched, it was very very windy, and it kind of like they were moving around a bit too much, but still it's pretty good for it being a really windy night. Really fascinating stuff. But my girlfriend was very happy we went to the rodeo. She loved it. She thought it was like so American to come here because she's European, but to come here and like to a real American rodeo with like real cowboys and everyone dressed up, she got a kick out of it. Me, I was just obsessing over the drones. Anyways, that's all I got for today. More work to come. Immigration stuff is done, so more work. I'll be working back to my normal schedule after this. See you tomorrow.